Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I've got quite a bingo-y rack, just the Y which is not bingo-y, but I also have duplicates which make bingos less likely. So I'm not seeing a 7 here. There could be an 8 through the right floater. Okay. Do I have anything with a T? Y usually features at the beginning or end of a word, and at the end it's often ILY or LY. So I don't think I have anything with the T here. What about an A? I've got the IER ending. And what about a U? No. Okay, so I'm looking to sort out my duplicates, play off the Y, which I can do here for 17. So this looks similar to the first rack. It looks very close to a bingo, but I'm not seeing one. B and U together aren't great, even though I've got the sub prefix. U but T's is good. Both T's of tattoo have been blocked. And I had a B for going I have a B for going after UR, but opponent's play has blocked that. Nothing goes in front of TEE. B does go in front of AYE. So am I sure I don't have a bingo here? I don't think Ubertese has got an anagram. What about a play including UR? In fact, it would have to end UR, not seeing one. So how to sort this rack out? So I could play rub, but that's keeping a vowel-heavy rack leave. I'd really like to play precisely the tiles I've drawn, B, U, and E. Is there anywhere to do that? So herb is good. Brew is good. Tattoo is good. So I could play berries. Let me see what this scores. 21 points, wrecking the rack, burning my S. Surely I can do better than that. Wow, not easy. I don't have anything to go on the end of YER. Oh, well. What about doing this? Butte for 16 with a decent rack leave. This is the best I've seen. Okay, so I have Snaria and Sierran. Does either of those play? Well, yes, okay, because T takes an S. And I may have something through the B. Brainers may be good, although I'm not confident about that. Neither of my bingos ends in S, so I don't have a play in column 11. Oh, wow, both blanks for opponent, plus they block my bingos. Ouch. But I do have Sierran in column 6 because of ab and new. Do I have anything through these floaters? Nothing goes in front of heavies. T goes after. Anything with an H? Shania. That doesn't fit. E. Wow, E does look useful. Not seeing anything. A. Rearisen through an E, but that doesn't get doubled. Well, let me try Brainers. It's safer than Sierran. But I'm expecting this to come off. Indeed. So this is going to blow the board wide open. 69 points. But it keeps me in the game. Oh, wow. So through an E, and there are 2 on the board, I have overdied. Fantastic. At first blush, this looks very non-bingo-y, VY-double-D. But I have overdied through the E of Sierran and the E of Heavies. Opponent is surely not going to block both of those. Great, just 21 points for opponent. Fantastic. So, where is best for overdied? Oh, wow. Well, it certainly plays in both spots, but neither of them gets doubled. If I play in row C, I'm putting an O above this double word square, opening up a hot 4-letter lane. But if I play in column 2, I'm putting an R next to this double letter square, creating a hot lane in row H. So this is the lesser of the 2 evils. Could there be another bingo? I don't think so. This isn't a great rack at all, unless there's a floating E on the board. Overdied for 71. Well, I draw an S, which is good. And F is one of the few tiles which is fine to have duplicated. There are a lot of short words with double F. Great. Well, just 44 for opponent. It could have been worse if a Z had been doubled, for example. So I have off as a prefix or suffix. Still nice floaters in heavies available. I'm looking for bingos. H, not seeing anything. E, no. Coffeeist, not good. A, no. So, wow, is cough good? C-O-double-F. Cough and fox, that would sort the rack out nicely. I don't feel great about it. I think it may be good. Cough for 37. And it's good, fantastic. But not a good pick. I kept IST, and look at this. I drew 4 consonants, and they're bingo-y consonants, but just the sheer lack of vowels means this rack is non-bingo-y. I think there is an E and an A available. Not seeing anything with the E. No. Okay, and no scoring tile. And my lead, well, only 50 points. I wonder if I played cough too quickly. Ooh. I was just looking at row L, but AF not good. Now, opponent does provide a floating O in first place. Not helpful. How can I sort this rack out? Well, I'm looking to play off 3 of my consonants. No blanks to play for. How many I's to come? 5. Well, why don't I just take out this hotspot? I can play Lin or Lint. But, well, 1 N to come 2 T's. But I think RST is a lot better than NRS. So I'm going with Lin for 21. And not only did I take out the hotspot in row L, I'm also taking out 3 floaters, and I have a lead to defend. Now, a poor pick, U and W. Worst is good. And I've got 2 S's, so I can burn one of them fairly cheaply. Opponent looks like they're struggling a bit with vowels. So is there anywhere to play worst? I've got it in column 14, worst and moons. Now that's opening column 15. Plus I'm burning the S, but the S is burnable. But is there a better option? 1 U to come, no W's. Is there anywhere hot for the W? Oh, well, I think there is. I think I can play wits here, not giving very much away and scoring 38 points, which is decent. Yeah, and column 1 is not a bingo lane, even though E's can go in front of W. And I'm not seeing any alternative to this play in this spot. Well, Wers is good, but no R's to come, and R is more bingo-y than T. I'm going with this. Great. This looks a balanced rack and a good scoring tile in the J. I lead by 69. Can I hang on? 25 tiles in the bag. Column 13, a bingo lane, because aioli takes an S. But I don't think jouncia is good with an S. I think it's just with a C. This isn't a million miles away from a bingo. But I'm not seeing a 7 and very few floaters on the board. There's A-N, not seeing anything there. Lynn takes an S, but not many VS words, if any. T and S, no bingo. So I'm looking to play the J. And if I can play the U as well, that would be good. I was just about to look in column 1, but opponent's gone there. 29 points, burning 5 tiles. Moon takes an S. No Y's to come for Foxy. Now, I was just looking for plays in column 3, getting the J doubled and the play doubled, but not seeing one. Well, I was glad to see the J, but very few spots for it. I've got Joe and Joe in row A in column 2. Barely over 20 points. And keeping the U. 10 minutes on my clock, so I do have some thinking time. Aya takes an S, still 1 to come. No extension of I's. I didn't have anything great through the I, getting the J tripled. Jab is good, but nothing goes in front of new that I've got. Wow, what a dry board for the J. Maybe I should just play Joe. $23 points. Only 2 E's to come, so I don't want to play off this E in a hurry. Only 1 U to come and the Q to come. If I draw a Q, this is a nice rack leave. But really, even with JO, is that the best I can do? So Uija onto an A. Yeah, I'm just not seeing anything better than Joe, which at least doesn't provide anything for opponent, so I'm going with this. And I draw 2 G's. Suggia not good. Garrigues would be good through an A. What about through AN? Nope, not seeing anything. So both Moon and Aya take an S, so if I have a bingo beginning with S, it certainly would play. I'm looking to play off, well, G, G and U are the problem tiles. Gaia is good, I think. Possibly not. 22 for opponent. Gig doesn't score much and takes an A. Nu is good. Wow. If only U double G was good, it would play nicely in column 5. But it's not good. I could just play UG here. 16 points, decent rack leave, still an N to come to create an ING word. And just a balanced rack, I'm not going to get into trouble next turn, regardless of what I draw. Of course, I could draw Q and V, and I would be in trouble. Except I have an I to get out of trouble with the Q. Yep, I'm going with this. And I draw the Q and the Z. Wow. I drew 2 Gs before and now the Q and the Z. But I guess it's good that these aren't on opponent's rack. I only lead by 50. Great, and just 7 for opponent, but they could be hanging on to a pretty tasty 5-letter set. Now, I'm looking at the Eye of Heavies, and I'm minded to just drop my Q on that spot. It provides nothing for opponent, it scores well, and it retains the Z for score. No U's on the board, which I can use my Q with. Are there any spots for QI? Well, I'd quite like to keep this second vowel on my rack. So there's chin and chins in column 14, but they're not better than chi in this spot. I'm going with this. Great. I draw an A. I have agrises, but I don't think that plays anywhere. 16 points, and it still doesn't play. Yet another spot for bingos beginning with S. 8 tiles in the bag. Now, does agrises have an anagram? No. And does it really not play anywhere? Don't think so. Do I have anything through an N? No. 6 minutes on my clock, 8 tiles in the bag, so I don't have a ton of time, but I do have a slender lead. What I'm looking to do is drop the Z. But I'm reluctant to play in column 13 because, well, Z next to a double letter square. But look at this, very few vowels to come. So maybe if I play Zin, opponent could only play in column 14 if they have an E, and they'll be burning an incredibly useful bingo tile. Imagine this pool without the E. So there's some merit in Zin, because if opponent doesn't play in column 14, I've got both A and E. Plus, if opponent plays in row B, Z something something, the worst they can do is Zek, which is quite a good score. But again, they're burning the E, they're providing a scoring spot in column 15 for me. So I still feel reluctant about sticking a Z next to a double word square. But I think all of the reasoning I've suggested holds. And I think the main reason is the lack of a better alternative. Yeah, nothing in column 3, Z-E-E-N. Let me very quickly put this back. A-S, no. P not available. E-A-R or S. No, U double E only takes an N of the tiles I've got. Yeah, so I am going with Zin for 24. Wow, and I draw H and U. I feel I've been keeping 5 very good tiles and just drawing very non-bingo-y tiles repeatedly. But that's just one of the hazards of the game. 20 for opponent, so I do have this spot. But do I want to play there? What do I have which goes next to the I? Only the S. 3 tiles left. Why don't I just play HU somewhere? Where can I do that? 4 minutes on my clock, 3 minutes on my clock. Is there anywhere to drop UH? What a shame if there isn't. Okay, what about doing this? Leaving 1 in the bag, keeping a decent-ish 5-letter set. What can opponent do with G in second place? They're not going to bingo at all. So, Zag for 26. And I have Lushers, which doesn't play, of course. I have nothing through the G. I have the less suffix, but not to moan at all, because look at this, I lead by 90 points. And having a nearly bingo rack basically means that I've been denying all those bingo-y tiles to my opponent. So they've got 6 or 7 out of these 8 drecky tiles. So I feel this game is won, but could there be a bingo here? I don't think Slusher is good. But is it? Slusher. Slush-ear is good. Wow, look at this. If I did have a bingo beginning with S, there's row M, column 14, column 11. So many spots. Great. Just 5 for opponent. Absolutely dismal. So what am I going to do? I can't have much time. 2 minutes. Well, let me just confirm Slusher isn't good. No, okay. Well, it's Lushers, which is good. Am I absolutely sure that doesn't play anywhere? Lure is good, but that's only available for 6s. EAL, not good. That's the killer. Yeah, not seeing anywhere. So, opponent's not going out in 1. Can I go out in 2 with this rack? Where can I get value from my H? And what about getting the S on the end of chin? Just super tricky. Now only 1 minute on my clock. Good grief. Okay, so I have Shull. And surely I am going out with ERS. And this isn't gifting anything amazing for opponent. I think Shull takes the knee, but what's opponent going to do? Kept at worst. I'm certainly going out with ERS in multiple spots on the board, and I'm so short on time. Is this the best spot for Shull? Yeah, I think so. Now, where's the best spot for ERS? Well, Ers and Shulls is good. Ah, Ers, Ain and Chins. That's probably the play. Wow, all that mooning about racks. I wonder if there were better options available. Oh, the New World Order has changed the rack values that have been used in Scrabble for a long time with the Quackle values. They were replaced by the Macondo values, which greatly increased the value of vowels. So we had a new world order in terms of the usefulness and value of vowels. The I in particular had positive value, and AEI went from being something like -7 to +3. Well, very soon after Macondo's only been available for a year or two, but we now have a third system of rack evaluations, which has replaced Macondo, and it's used on the Magpie Scrabble engine. So I'm going to refer to it as the Magpie rack values. But what that has done is rode back on the vowels. So it's just undone some of the swing that we had with Macondo. So Ers for 19. And the final score, 322 for opponent, 442 for me, a winning margin of 120 points. So a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what a fabulous game. Stomping all over opponent. Fantastic. So here we go. It was opponent to go first. Missed bingo. 10 million missed bingos. They played to 2. Phew, no missed bingo here. And yeah, I played yeah. I could have stuck an E in front of that for 5 more points. But I think the E helps IRS by 5 points. Well, let's see what Magpie thinks of that. I haven't learnt the Magpie values for these rack leaves. But E has always been a positive tile, and there's just so much synergy with E and IRS. It must surely make up this 5-point gap or bring the move so close that the difference is small, in which case I would prefer the move with the better rack leave. But having said that, S 8 to 10, I and R both help it. IRS probably about 12. EIRS I would say probably about 17 or 18. But certainly I'm happy with the year play. Now opponents are out with both blanks. They don't miss their bingo now. They do miss their bingo. Wow, look at this. Again, a lot of bingos playable. Perhaps not easy to see, especially with both blanks. Yeah, Heezy's particularly tricky, and 18 is difficult to play. One of the really top players, certainly in the United Kingdom and also the world, in I think the final game of the MGI Classics International Scrabble Tournament earlier on this year, they missed 19, which very common word, but if you think about it, 19 has got duplicate N, duplicate E, or triple N and duplicate E, triplicate N, triplicate E, so it's just very difficult when you see that to think that there could be a bingo, but 19 was available and missed. And 18 missed here. Now, my rack. Phew, no missed bingo. So this took me a while, and I played Butte for 16. Yeah, and this rack leave, I think, means that this play is better than the 2 above it. Now, here we go. Opponent plays heavies. And I have Sierran. I11. Oh. Why didn't I play Sierran and Ayers? Or Scenarium. I certainly saw the spot at one point, but I then switched to column 6 for 3 fewer, but I think column 11 would have been better, and rear isn't also available. Now, opponent plays string, and I have overdied 471, so I have half a bingo's lead. Opponent plays wax, and I play cough, B1, but L1, coughed available. Wow, for only 1 more point and retaining the F. better to sacrifice the point and ditch the F. So I think Cough is the play. Opponent's rack, lots of our O's. They play Moon. Now L1 Lin. That was my play, and I like it. Opponent is struggling with vowels, but aioli is a nice way to tackle that problem. Now Wur's playable, but Wit's also playable for the same score, and I think, yeah, I think it was the remaining R's and T's which pushed me towards playing Wits, even though I think T goes better with ISU than R. Missed bingo, Escalado. Where's that? N1 through the S of Wits. Opponent plays... What do they play? Clade. Okay. Now, I've still only got a 40-point lead. 20 tiles to come. I played Joe for 23. And the bigger scores here are all by burning the S. And I don't think you're getting enough points to justify that. Jiao Sai, that's nice. A14. At opening column 15. Now, opponent plays Leap. And I play Ugh for 16. Yeah, and I like that. These aren't greatly more points, and, well, this is retaining a U. B14 is opening column 15, so I think Ugh is fine, even if not absolutely the best. Opponent plays Q. I've drawn the Q and the Z, which actually is a nice thing to see because I can get an easy 30 points with the Q, and 30 points is half a bingo. So I've now got an 80-point lead. Opponent plays Na. Oh, Agrises does play. Oh, because Moon takes a G because of Moong Beans. Wow. Okay. Gosh, what a miss. But if you don't see the hook, you're not going to see the play which utilizes the hook. I play Zin for 24, and I think all of these plays are using the G hook. Now, opponent plays Lim, and 3 tiles in the bag, so it's right to play off 2, and I play off AG for Zag for 26. And I could have played AH, A14, HA. But if I play HA, opponent surely has got a better score in column 15 than they get after Zag. Now, opponent plays Git. And no missed bingo here. I play Shul for 22 with a really flexible final rack. Opponent plays Kept, and finally Urs M4 for 19 is best. So, what a fantastic game. Absolutely super fun. It's always fun to win, and although winning is not entirely within your control, it certainly is a fundamental part of the game. So you have these two elements of the game going on. On the one hand, you're trying to make the winningest play each move, and that is independent of winning or losing. But then within the structure of a game, of course, you do have a winner or a loser, and you can win even if you play terribly, which certainly makes up for the errors you've made to some extent, certainly emotionally. Anyway, that is the nature of the game, and it is great fun to win, and just a great challenge. So I think just the Moong miss as a blot on my copybook in that game, but great fun nevertheless. So many thanks to opponent for a good battle. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.